Hello everybody, my name is David. Welcome to part 2 of my question and answer videos where I'm answering your guys' questions from last Monday. Any questions you guys have today, please go down below in the comments section. Ask me anything you want and I'll answer them next Monday in the next Q&A video. Every Monday, okay? Also, in part 1, I left out I didn't finish answering a question from somebody who asked me what my Myers-Briggs personality type is. And so, to let you know, I'm INFJ. Without totally explaining what that is, you guys can look it up if you care, if you're interested. The Myers-Briggs personality test is something that I think was pretty neat. It's a lot better than like horoscopes and stuff. But yeah, I'm an INFJ. Thank you very much for asking and caring. So let's get started with part 2. The next question is from Irene in Ukraine. Hello, Irene. Hi, David. Thank you for the great job you are doing, your help and support. Thank you. Question, do you consider the possibility of having children in your future? And if you do, then, having learnt your lesson, what main principles you want to stick to and what things you think you should avoid in order to raise a happy and healthy human being? Thanks. Thanks for asking. I'm never against or close the door on children, even as I'm getting older. I still haven't closed that door yet. I don't want to get into totally how I'd raise a child. Like, there's a lot pretty involved. But I'm going to use something, first of all, that my mom told me. And everything you do it with love. Okay, guys? You can still punish your children with love. Punishing doesn't mean you don't love them. Okay? So, real important is to heal from your own emotional pain before you begin raising a child. Okay? A lot of the problems you guys have is with your parents having their own emotional problems, their own emotional void, not giving you the proper attention because they're requiring attention from you or somebody else or from their mate or fighting all the time. So very important is to heal from your own things and don't involve your children in your own personal stuff like that. Okay, wait till they're older before you tell them personal things like that. What's going on with you and how you feel all the time. And if it's not good, you want a children's life to be pretty happy and healthy. You want them to be able to spontaneously play and run out the door sometimes. Okay, it's very important that we teach our children all the time, or be aware that we are teaching our children all the time, Okay, so there's a lot of things I and every parent and pre-parent and almost parent would love to instill in our children. Basically teach my child how to meet their needs. Okay? Autonomy, very important. Always feel safe and secure. Always feel nurtured and loved, needed, wanted. Be involved. Direct them. But really make them feel loved, safe, secure. Have a regiment, plans, things like this, things that make them feel normal and good and happy. Don't expose them to ugly things. Keep them somewhat sheltered, but explain the reality of the world to them as they get old enough to understand it. Okay? Things like this. But like I said, again, whatever you do it with love. Okay? I guess you asked me. That's what I would do. Thanks for asking, Irene. Next question from Gladys from St. Louis, Missouri. Hello, Gladys. Is it common for someone with personality disorder to perceive spirits or ghosts? My daughter and one of her daughters claim to do this. Your daughter, I'm just going to read a lot of claims that your daughter makes. She says she sees them and hears them. She knows when a female is pregnant. She knows when someone's going to die. Her daughter claims to see spirits and is quite frightened by it. She doesn't sleep well. Her 3-year-old has night terrors. Her child used to have a few when she could spend the night, but hasn't had any around us for a while. One time my daughter called me and told me her walls were bleeding. A few days later I asked her if it was still occurring and she said, "Oh, don't worry about it, Mother." She calls me Mother when she's mad at me. I didn't want to not believe her, but still don't know what to do. Her spouse goes along with what she says. Sorry, this is a little long. I was curious, and thank you for your advice regarding my last comments. You're welcome, Gladys. Thank you. Look, I can't discount somebody's experience. I wasn't there. I don't know, and I'm not going to try. This is somewhat common, though, okay? Borderline personality disorder have very, very fantastical thinking. They solve problems with very, very odd, peculiar ways. They're delusional. They can slip into psychosis. I've known borderlines to hallucinate. I don't think she sees this stuff. I think she wants to feel special. And I think that's a lot of what borderlines do. A lot of people, and it's that whole put on the cape to victim. Cape to victim. Cape to victim. You'll see people say, I don't care about myself. I'm just doing this for me. I'm just going to do this because I'm doing this all for you. It's just to feel special. A lot of borderlines will say, I see ghosts, hear ghosts, to whatever. You're pregnant. I know this stuff about you. I can read your mind. I know the future. And it's just people that don't feel very big. They feel really small, but they want to be big. And they don't know how. They don't know how to achieve success on their own. Okay? It's very sad that she's exposing the daughter to this. My guess is that she doesn't really see ghosts, but she's convinced a 3-year-old, they're all around, and scares and terrorizes this little 3-year-old. It's too bad the husband is such a doormat to all of this. The walls are bleeding. Don't buy it. And you don't have to believe it. And you don't have to, look, mothers, you can support your children. You don't have to believe their fantasies. Right? Just like when they make mistakes, you still support them. You know, that was a mistake, you know. Don't do it again. Love you. You aren't supporting their mistake. Right? Hope that makes sense. But yeah, that's actually quite common with borderlines. Michael from Burlington, Ontario, Canada. Hello, Michael. I have watched all your videos and read a lot about BPD, which is what I believe my soon-to-be ex-wife is. I'm glad it's soon-to-be ex. In this Q&A and also other places, I always heard that after they leave, they contact you around the 6-month mark. I always found this funny and didn't think it would happen since she hates me so much. Well, she texted me almost exactly 6 months after separation, which was last night. She asked if I still had the cake stand because she needs it for work. Really? The cake stand we had made for our wedding? What kind of sick person wants to use something from their wedding for anything? People with BPD are so predictable. Everything you and others have said has occurred. I guess my question is, what should I expect next? Well, it's interesting. She wants to use the one you guys used for your wedding. They're so sentimental. I guarantee you there's some bearing on that. But yeah, 6-month mark. They come back. That's typically when our hormones tend to drop from our new relationships. So if they go right onto a new relationship, get ready for them to come back around 6 months or so. I say 6 months to a 1.5 years. What to expect next? I don't know, Michael. I know you're asking me what do they typically do, and typically they may even hoover again. They may smear campaign you, start saying bad things about you. Okay, cut her off. Don't entertain these things. Don't get rid of the cake pan if you haven't already. Don't reply to her message. Don't do anything because you don't know what she really wants. It's probably not the cake pan. It's probably something else she wants from you that she doesn't want to come right out and say it. Manipulation, money, love, sex. I don't know. If she's contacting you for a cake pan, she's probably going to contact you again. Right? R.A. from Florida. Hello, R.A. Can you please touch on your thoughts on why it seems so spiritual and New Age teachers, counselors, and followers of the New Age spiritual community in general want to heavily push the use of ayahuasca drug ceremony and licking a poisonous frog, etc., to get rid of emotional trauma and diseases? I consider myself to be a spiritual person, but can't see the link between taking basically an LSD type trip and leaving reality entirely in order to heal yourself. Agreed. Do you feel this is irresponsible advice on the part of the people who push the use of this as a means to heal, or do you think it is their own avoidant methods of so-called dealing with their issues that they are trying to push on others as a way to justify and normalize leaving reality to heal instead. Okay, so ayahuasca is, I think it's a root. It's I think it's South American country. Could be wrong. I don't care. But it's a hallucinogenic root. Just like LSD, mushrooms, psychedelic mushrooms, licking a poisonous frog. That's a new one. I mean, I've heard of people doing that, but not to heal from emotional trauma. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. There's just a pill for everything, isn't there? You guys, if you're 29 years old and you want to figure out why your life, 29 years of it, came down to this point, and you think licking a poisonous frog or taking some drugs that make you hallucinate, trip out, see things that aren't really there are going to help you, man, I think it's completely irresponsible. But you guys, you know, it's not, if somebody agrees to do something like this, that's on you, you know. Horrible idea. That's just my opinion. Horrible idea. Stay away from drugs, narcotics right now, unless you desperately need them. You know, something to help you sleep or something to help with the depression, bad thoughts. Okay, but hallucinating? No way. We need the truth. That's why I'm so brutal on here, guys. That's why I don't sugarcoat things and speak all nice and say, you know, maybe if you did this. No, I tell you, this is what they're doing too. This is what you need to do because we need the truth right now. We've been gaslit, manipulated for way too long. Way too long. Drugs don't help. I'm telling you, drugs aren't going to help this stuff. I haven't needed it, and all my clients that I've cured never needed it. Next question. Don't know where you're from, but your name is Hymns of Sunshine. I think that's how it says. I have a question about suicide. My ex, maybe narc, maybe BPD, has been saying he is suicidal very seriously since we split. He has been living in a crappy place and has no money. He sounds very serious. All the signs. Gave away his stuff. I feel it as a manipulation, but I can't be sure. I feel extremely guilty. I did call the police for a mental health check and they let him go. This is very difficult as I almost feel I have to take him back in. We have 2 children together, but he cheated and abused me badly. How can I deal with this? I tried breaking contact, but it made things worse. I feel like I need to disappear. He makes me feel guilty by saying I do not care, which of course I do. Oh man, horrible situation. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. That's massive psychological abuse. Mental, emotional abuse. Threatening suicide to get what you want from somebody, and that's what he's doing. People don't just threaten. It's not up to you. It's not your responsibility. You're not accountable for what he does, his actions. You have been for a while, you feel, but you're not anymore. You never have been, but you're not now especially. You can't let someone this sick around your children, correct? Correct. I hope that your children are in counseling. I hope you're in some kind of counseling, therapy, coaching. I hope that you have seen a lawyer. I hope that you file for divorce. I hope that you are looking for a restraining order due to this kind of mental anguish. Every time he threatens suicide, you call the police. It's all you can do. So you might as well do all you can do. It's all you can do, so you might as well do all you can do instead of nothing and let him back in. Call the police, call the police, call the police. If he wants to commit suicide, you get people to help him. There's nothing you can do to help him. You know there's nothing you can do to help him. You can't control him. Him doing this is wrong. Change your number. Change your phone number. Get a restraining order. Do whatever you have to do for the children. Children shouldn't be exposed to this, okay? And so that's why I'm really strong right now saying this. I understand the position you're in. I understand how absolutely stressful this must be. I've had people do this to me. I've had women do this to me saying they're going to kill themselves unless I do what they want. It is frightening. It is horrible. You don't know what to do. I get it. Seek counseling. Seek a lawyer. And seek police. Okay, all these 3 professionals will help you. And you need to. You and your children need help. Therapy. You and your children need to be protected by this. This man is dangerous. Don't forget that he's threatening to murder himself. Anyone that threatens to murder themselves doesn't make me feel very fucking good around them. I don't want to be around them at all. I don't want to be, oh, you're going to kill yourself. I don't buy into the whole, oh, suicidal people are just hurt and they won't do anything to me. Multiple mass suicides. Multiple people that murder their family and then kill themselves, stuff like this. This is highly dangerous. Get the help you need. This is extremely serious. Don't buy into his threats or his demands. You are not responsible for him. You are responsible for you and your children, okay? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Get support. Go stay with your parents right now. Go stay with your folks or a friend. Take the children and go stay there. Do what you got to do, Mom. Okay? But look out for you and your children, not him. Not him. He's a grown adult and he needs to look out for himself. I don't care what disorder or what problems he has. That's too bad. We don't do this to people. We don't threaten to kill ourselves to get what we need. Go get some help is what he needs to do. And that's not your job to make sure he does or to help him do it or to even tell him. Leave him alone. Block everything. So do whatever you can so you don't receive these messages. And you save them all too, by the way. Save these. Screenshot them all. Take him to the police. What the police are doing is they're just seeing if they think he's a threat. If they do, they take him for an assessment for up to 72 hours. They'll hold him up there for him. But this is horrible. This is horrible. I'm so sorry. It's total torture. Get help, okay? That's why there's professionals out there for reasons like this, okay? Good luck, Mom. Good luck. I'm glad you care, okay? And I know you care about your husband still. But this is somebody that's not caring for himself, okay? Or maybe only caring for himself, okay? He is a father and he has children he's responsible for. To be acting like this is the most selfish things I've ever seen in my life. And I understand he's sick and he needs help. All the more reason to stay away from him. All the more reason to do whatever you can to keep the children away from him, okay? Good luck. Thank you. Love yourself first and then love your children, okay? Thank you. Thank you, everybody. That's the end of part 2 and all the Q&As. So any questions you guys have, ask me and I'll see you next Monday, okay? Please help me. Help others in pain that don't know this stuff by promoting this video, okay? Pushing it, supporting it, liking it, commenting, share it, put it in a playlist, okay? Thanks, guys. Love yourself first. We'll see you next week. Bye.